Where is Corne Esterhuizen? Have a look see. I don't see that 58 cars not out there on track. Got a DNF in race 1 and he won his class in race 2. And the 58 car has not made the start of this race. So we've got 3 1660s and the 1 2-litre hard rod, the number 7 of Alvin Smith. But now this is going to be interesting stuff, because we've had a war in race 1 and 2 between cars 1 and 11, as there he comes out onto the track. Almost didn't make the start of this one. Lucky the pit gate didn't close, otherwise he would not have been in it. But corner Esterhazen is out on the track. But what I wanted to say, we had a great fight between Fantonda and Fontini, car 1 and car 11. But now, Jordy, look is on pole position. It's the 117 of Jared Baton. Now, he wants a good start and try and upset the apple cart for Fontini and for Fantonda.
Absolutely. Jared did have that issue in the previous heat where he spun himself out coming through pit exit corner. So he just needs to stay in control, make sure he doesn't accidentally get on the throttle a little too early. As here they come to start heat number 3. MSA flag raised there, ready, almost 3 wide. Nicholas Fantonda wants to try and find a way past as soon as he possibly can. Now he sits behind those two, the double 1 and the 117, and just like that, Mark Fontini makes a mistake, gets a little bit loose and opens up the door for Nicholas Fantonda, as does Jared Baton. So he can make it 2 for 2 going into pit exit on this lap.
Yeah, he came out of that corner pretty wide. He came out on that second, third line, and that's cost him the lead. He goes from P1 all the way down to P3, and the fight will rage on while he's right back in it again as he shoves the nose up there on that inside right-hand side of Fontini, but backs right out of it does Jared Baton. And in the 2-litre hard rod category, it is corner Esterhazen once again has got his nose ahead there of Alvin Smith.
Yep, I think Jared Baton might beat himself up ever so slightly because he opened the door to those two, but there's nothing he can do now as they pace him ahead. First and second, pulling away from that third spot of Jared Baton, but it is Nicholas Fantonda in the 1 ahead of the 11 of Mark Fontini. The 117 of Jared Baton sits in third spot, and then around goes Corner Esterhazen up the inside of the circuit. Will he try and spin that car around? He'll have to try and get back on track. It's still moving, but he doesn't want an unsafe rejoin.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get the 58 back on track again. He'll probably pull in there just behind Alvin, which he does. He came out of turn number 1, and as he stomped on the gas, it just did a swap on him as he worked his way halfway down the back straights. He'll be wondering, was he too quick on the loud pedal, or what caused that swapper?
Yep, it's also very possible if you do throttle down very quickly and touch the outside curve, it sends you off into the infield. And on the final lap, we come for those 2 leaders. Nicholas Fantonda ahead of Mark Fontini and Jared Baton in that third spot, and then Alvin Smith in fourth as it stands.
Right, so the checkered flag has been ready here. It's going to go for number 1 for your champion. Nicholas Fantonda comes home in P1. Second across the line is Mark Fontini. Third is Jared Baton. Fourth and first in his class will be Alvin Smith. And then second in his class across the line is the 58 of Corner Esterhazen. So Nicholas Fantonda should be on pole position. Folks, keep in mind that this is the last time we're going to see Nicholas Fantonda racing, at least for a very, very long time. He is leaving the country. He's going to work over in the States, and as a lot of the youngsters do nowadays, they go over, work overseas, and they come back home again for holiday, then they go back over again doing contract work. And Nicholas Fantonda will be leaving our shores in the not too distant future to go and work over in the USA. The flag goes down, and away we go.
So the least he can do in his final race for the time being.
Okay.
for the foreseeable future is take overall victory. And he holds out the lead so far. Mark Fontini will slot in between himself, in between Nick Van Tonder as well as Jared Baton. As they come out of Castro Corner once again, it's nose to tail with Jared Baton just behind them. He doesn't have that much further away, and a slight tap. Nicholas Van Tonder holds it out. Mark Fontini loses some ground, sliding that 11 around. And Jared Baton dives off the inside. Not quite where you want to be, leaving no room on those two. And bumpy between the 11 and the 117 as they go down to Predictor Corner once again.
And while they're holding each other up, this is allowing Alvin Smith in the 2-litre hot rod category to get a lot closer now to the 11 and the 117 of Fontini and Baton as they work their way out of catches. And they're still side by side, the two of them. The thing is that Fontini's not on the racing line, and it's a lot more difficult to try and sneak up on the inside, working out of turn one, and that is now promoted Baton up into a proper second.
Not only has it done that, but it's given Nicholas Van Tonder, ZA1, for that exact fact, the opportunity to disappear into the distance. But now, I'm sure Jared Baton is getting a little bit antsy, trying to stay with Mark Fontini after Mark Fontini was pressuring so much out of him a lap ago. Now we look and you see that the gap is opened up already between those two.
Now, when he had that second spot for a while, I still said it was a proper second there for Jared. And then he ran wide and he left that farm gate wide open for Mark Fontini to slot up into that second position and try, and I say try, to hunt down the 27 of race leader Nicholas Van Tonder as he works his way down the backstraight. Leading the 2-litre Hotrods is Alvin Smith, and second is Corne Esterhuizen.
Corne, unfortunately, having two spins in heat 1 and heat 3. But holding his own now as everyone gets the white flag. Just moving out of the way is Esterhuizen from the 2 leaders. It's one more lap to go for that man. The number 1 is on the flag. Here comes Nicholas Van Tonder, Frankie.
Checkered flag is out. And wave to him for the final time. Nicholas Van Tonder.